Back at it again. It's let's see. It's been a few days since I've done anything. I did a huge recording session about a week ago, and now it's kind of been lost on me a bit. I remember last going around with the armies, clearing out a bunch of additional roads. Although I found some limitations so far, like I couldn't cross here. I thought I could take this, but yeah, not gonna happen. Let me see what else I was thinking. Oh yeah, I couldn't take this one either for some weird reason. The game just literally won't let me go that direction yet. So whatever the case may be, I haven't unlocked it, but um, yeah. So other things to note, I guess, quest wise, I'm being called back to go look at a mirror again. This has got a resolve because I found Ravon, right? And I have no idea what's up with this one, but it has to finish, so I may have to run some days out in order for that to finally go. But I'm pretty sure the Ivory Sanctum was. I've been saving that one for last because I was just almost certain that one is gonna kick everything off. The Sword of Valor, Secrets of Creation. I didn't know those two were actually linked. That's interesting. But I want to follow up on some of this too, even though it's not necessarily due to be last chance I can get it. But yeah. So I think Tabasco showed me the way to the core of the riddle. All right. I'm not worried about that right this moment. I'm worried about getting it back home. Oh, we're fatigued. Well, most of us. Taking a sweet time to load, jeez. Orvin Dalmora, Count of Omervan. I'm just going to say Count of Oreo. How about that? Excuse me. Is accused of desertion. The Count staged his own death and fled to Wintersun, where he'd been masquerading as a Sakoran by the name of Ravon. What do you have to say for yourself, defendant? If you have a heart, you'd let me go. No one knows I ran away. Everyone thinks I'm dead. They already mourned me, so let it stay that way. Don't take me away from Vami, my Vamona. She's all I need in my life. Alright. Erebeth is hesitant. We can't let a deserter get away with this, but he didn't just abandon the army. He also gave up his title and wealth for this god-forsaken village. I think he is a noble, sincere man who made a mistake. Belize looks bored. By the gods, I've never seen such drama. If you want to, if you want this little noble to keep playing at a barbarian peasant life, the lights of which will wear thin after a few short months, just ask Winterson to send you a soldier replacement, and everyone will be happy. All right. Okay. Join the condemned as a deserter. Yikes. Alright, I could send him off to be condemned. Perished in the wound, the armor will be returned to the family, sent back to the. As Revon the Sicorian, he is free. Okay. Name my decision, Count Orvin Dalmora of Ormervon. You are free to renounce your title and your oaths, but in return, Winter Sun must pay reparation for dressing covering the cost of an officer's full gear. If Winter Sun cannot nor will not do this, you shall go to prison. Well, that one is not an option in my opinion. My own personal experience with military stature is even if they brought you back, you're still going to be discharged, but you're going to be doing some time in a prison ward for a while before you even get out. Um, so I don't know. Like, I'm kind of trying to run a tight operation here, but at this juncture, it's also feasible that a reasonable punishment that he is now sworn to be the leader of Winter Sun for whatever reason, or he's my guy in. Maybe not the most lawful approach, but it is the most sound and reasonable. After all, he didn't necessarily get anybody killed by deserting. I mean, it is a desertion, but... Hmm. Looks at you gratefully. Alright. A true Aeon has no weaknesses. You must also banish weakness from yourself because you are the essence of the crusade, its anchoring point. But to banish weakness, you must first uncover it. Where does it originate? From an untrained mind that is akin to the waters of a murky pond, you cannot comprehend the difference between right and wrong, how the world should be ordered, or its principles from which one must never deviate. Okay. Or does it spring from the physically vulnerability of the sufferings of the flesh akin to the blade untempted by flames? Both weaken the resolve of mortals, drive them to vice, and the cloud their clarity of purpose. How can you start to heal yourself and your soldiers from a place of weakness? Okay, how does that? The warriors follow your example. They strive to be like you in their judgments and habits. If you start spending more time with the priest and in meditation, clearing the whirlpool of your thoughts, your soldiers will also start to improve their minds. If you join the monks every morning, relentlessly tempering your body in the fires of daily training, your soldiers will start a similar regiment. Your actions matter more than you realize. Okay. Water Elementals Creation Decree. Okay. Why would I want to create water elementals? I mean, they're useful. Immune unit has immunity to fear, sleep, and mind affecting effects. Okay. Fire elementals creation. Unit has immunity to poison, disease, paralysis, and stun. So 3 to 4, but we're talking about demons here. Hmm. That's tough. Tough choice. I mean, poison and disease is common, but most of the units in the Crusade would probably have something to deal with that. This would be, well, something to deal with both, but I think this would probably be more useful, especially against charm effects. Okay. One step closer to what I see in the mirror, huh? Oh, there's more. The Aeon is looking at you from the mirror, the only being in the entire universe who feels and shares your burden. It is ready to share with you the memory held in common by all Aeons, preserved carefully through all eternity. It is ready to listen to whatever you want to share. It is only here for you. What happened at the lab? The Aurelu you saw in the distortion was without a doubt an Aurelu from the past. An Aeon can travel through time, for some imbalances extend far back into the past. In order to root out such imbalances, one must travel back to the decisive point that changed the course of events. As an Aeon, you have the necessary strength to slip through the veil of time, but will it be enough to correct what needs to be corrected? There's only one way to find out. Your actions send the multiverse into motion, and a new distortion shines out from the darkness like an icy star. You see it clearly, as if a map of land has been spread out before you. Dresden. Oh, I remember that distortion popping up. I bet that distortion way in the front. I've been so curious about that damn thing, why it's sitting there. Okay. Well, we're probably not going to do any of these yet. There's not many quests left. Until I get to the Ivory Sanctum anyway. Then I feel like the game is going to start becoming awfully linear.
Watch out for trouble.
Oh wow, it's really pronounced now. Okay, let's do this. You feel the bitter cold of a strange haze that surrounds you from the gate. Just as you did in Aurelia Vorlesh's laboratory, through the distortion, through the distortion you can see the gates of Dresden and hear muffled voices. The distortion is trying to draw you in, but you are ready to resist its pull. Oh. Don't roll one. As you look closer, you can see the outline of a tall figure, possibly an elf or a human. But there's something strange happening to this figure. It is changing and distorting. Sometimes horns sprout from the figure to disappear again, as if trying to contain or conceal its true shape. Instinctively, you sense that this creature is dangerous. Okay. You try to touch the distortion but meet resistance, as if your hand is being pushed back by a powerful gust of cold air. For a moment, you feel as if the cold air is spreading up to your arms, has frozen your bones, turning them to fragile ice. However, the sensation passes quickly. Alright. Guess go inside. You can't resist the force pulling you into the distortion. The past and present collide, creating a vortex of energy that consumes you. And I'm dead. Where does I get sucked off into now? Phrasing, I guess.
I must replenish my powers.
Commander was given a chance to change the past, and he did what? I didn't catch that all. Damn it. Minago, huh? Where is this simpleton? How long do I have to wait for him? And who the hell is this? Behind the guise of a beautiful woman, you clearly see Minago's faceless, eyeless smile. She raises her hand to cast a spell, but a unit of knights come through the gate. Staunton vain. To battle, my friends. The gods are with us. Today we will gain a long-awaited victory for the crusade. You barely recognize Staunton. There's a cheerful smile on his young face, and there's hope in his eyes instead of dark despair. He doesn't notice you. His eyes are locked on Minago. Darling, at last, with this banner, we are invincible. Let's go. The great deed you do today will never be forgotten. Every crusader will know your name, and the queen herself will reward you. Okay. You see past the illusion. Demons disguised as crusaders sneer mockingly. Will you have enough power to help Staunton see the truth? I could change, try to. Huh. I'm the best one for knowledge religion. Yikes. Well, that's almost a slam dunk. $60. Really? I was told it's not about the banner. Aren't the demons repelled by the fighting spirit of the city's righteous defenders? Staunton looks at Minago with hesitation. Don't listen to him. It's all a lie. He's a demon trying to corrupt you. Vane. Looks like it. Staunton glowers at you, clutching the holy symbol that hangs around his neck. In the name of Torag, state your purpose. Answer me. Who are you and why have you come here? Yeah. The fifth, but how? You mean we're doomed to fail time and time again, and it's all my fault? Shut your lying mouth. Wow, Minago. Don't you poison him against me. Staunton, light of my life, don't listen to this scum. Let's kill him and keep going. Great deeds await. I trusted you, Staunton Grimm's voice breaks. I trusted you, loved you, and you. You were lying to me all this time? You wanted to set me up so that I'd fall and take Dresden down with me? Who are you, really? Okay. Guess I stopped that. No, I can't believe you're going to fall for the... I've never deceived you, my sweet. I love you so much. Bam! Yes! I choose that one. The dwarf's eyes are filled with radiant light, and just for a moment, but it's enough. He looks at Monago and her entourage when the explanation bursts from his lips that is completely inappropriate for a paladin. Another moment passes and his weapon is at hand. I only gained 4 experience for that. Apparently this was not the thing to do. Torak saved me. Staunton makes a sign of blessing. Brothers and sisters, it's a trap. These are demons. Kill them. Protect the banner. You hear a low rumble. It is the flow of time changing its course slowly and reluctantly. You were able to change the past. Everything was as it should have been. Everything is as it should be. Everything will be as it should. What did I do? Oh no, did I really fuck everything over? What happens to me? Hey DM, I went off the rails and I broke it real bad. Commander, so it really was you on this very spot 70 years ago. Battle-hardened, weathered by time, Staunton's hands are covered in scars, wrinkles line his forehead. But his eyes still shine with hope, as brightly as they ever did in his youth. The commander of the Fifth Crusade, back when it sounded like a cruel joke. But time has passed, and here you are, leading the Crusaders' army. Didn't I put you to death? Now I'm thinking about it, I'm almost certain I did. Anyway, in all the confusion, I never got the time to take you aside and say thank you. Not only for what you did for Dresden or the Crusade, but for what you did for me. What happened after that night? We returned the banner to its rightful place. I confessed what I did, and I confessed what I did, and I thought I was sure to be stripped of rank and sent down to condemn. But at least my conscience would be clean. But that's not what happened. I became a hero. Can you imagine? Everyone was praising me for how I defeated Monago in battle. They rewarded me, promoted me. In the end, I became the warden of the fortress, but then everything went downhill. The Second Crusade was different from the first. The first time, we fought scattered groups of demons from the low crack between the worlds. The second time, the crack had split apart into a gaping hole, and the entire army poured out of it. We were retreating, giving up mile after mile to them. Soon it was clear we didn't have a chance, but not just of a quick victory, but even saving what was left of Sarkoris. If Iomedae hadn't created a magic barrier around the wound to stop the onslaught of demons, the rest of the world would have followed Sarkoris. In the midst of this nightmare, Dresden stood, an indestructible citadel. But soon as it turned to a tiny enclave of crusaders deep in enemy territory, the banner and our bravery kept demons outside the walls, and the Queen's support kept us alive and fed, but the counterattack was out of the question. That is, until the day you brought the 5th Crusader army into the city walls and lifted the decades-long siege. Okay. The world has changed, and you sense that you and your companions are the only ones that remember events as they previously were. The reason for this, your power as an Aeon. Did a Balor named Darazan fight in the battle? Was he attacked by a dwarf named Greybor? Darazan. Yes, he was among those laying siege to the city. A dwarf named Greybor wounded him severely and forced him to flee. It's been a long time since I've seen such a daring and well-executed attack. I remember that. He failed miserably and I had to come in and save his ass. What are you telling me? I wasn't completely sure. I was waiting. The night I felt something inexplicable. It was like a rumble of a mountain beginning to move. The sound you hear before an earthquake, with your bones, not with your ears. For a moment, I felt the movement not of rock and earth, but of time itself. Back then, I didn't understand what it meant, but now, at this very moment, I have the same feeling. You've just been there, haven't you? 7 years have passed for me since that night you tried to convince a young idiot not to make the worst mistake of his life. But not for you. Staunton's gaze sweeps over you in admiration. My memory's not perfect, but I swear even the wrinkles in your clothes look the same as they did that night. So you understand what I did? Yes and no. Not only I know only excuse me. I know the only thing that matters. Commander Serial can work miracles. I spent many sleepless nights thinking about what you did. Was it really possible that you had come from some dreadful future where Dresden had fallen? That you had traveled to the past in order to stop it from happening? If so, what was it like in that world? Did it disappear forever, or does it still exist somewhere? I finally realized that it didn't matter. A miracle is a miracle. You performed one for me, and I'm grateful. What do you know about me, then? When the demons attacked Kennebrus, they were hoping to put an end to the Crusades. They planned on taking the Wardstone of Kennebrus and using it to destroy an entire magic barrier around the world moon. Their dirty plan would have worked if it wasn't for the hero who stood in their way. You. You reclaimed the Wardstone and managed the demons leave Kennebrus. Queen Galfrey appointed you the commander to the Fifth Crusade. They say Amade herself guides you in battle, and you perform real miracles in her name. Well, I don't know about the goddess, but I've seen your miracles with my own eyes. You came to the walls of Dresden and lifted the siege. You did what the entire Melnevian army couldn't do for decades. You scared the demons away from the walls. Now the city is your capital, and your armies are crushing the demons on all fronts. After the liberation of Dresden, Almade's holy banner, the Sword of Valor, started to change as acknowledging your rule over it. Many deemed this to be a good sign. Right, what do you know of the succubus Arushale? A little. I put her in prison, put a lock on the door, and that's the end of it. What else was I supposed to do? A demon came to my gates and started spinning stories about her repentance. Desna's followers defended her, otherwise she'd have ended up on the chopping block. But it's not for me to tell you what you do, Commander. If you got her out of prison, I'm sure you had your reasons. But mark my words, these lying beasts are not to be trusted. I trusted one, and you know how that ended. This one is no better than all the others. She could be covered in holy symbols from horn to hoof, and I'd still not trust her. Alright. What will you do now? Serve, the dwarf says simply. Serve you and the crusade. That night, when you let me see the world through your eyes for just a moment, I saw the true nature of these demons, but I also saw how this world is organized, and what my place is within it. I will serve here, I will die here. Staunton gives you a salute and walks away. Right through the right through the stairs, okay. As you follow the dwarf with your eyes, you feel the burden of time weigh heavily on your shoulders. You did what you intended, yet how little has changed. The course of time has been altered, but only a little. Can anything truly be changed? What if it was as it was? It is what it is, and it will be as it will be. Okay. Or is there a way to make everything as it should be, and you just haven't found it yet? Okay. How strange. But this is done. let me see what's going on. Oh. Okay, I don't think that's changed at all. I managed to change Dresden's past, but what about yours? Arusha lay cast her gaze down. My memories are chaotic. I remembered both the things that have never happened and things that could have happened. I remember Dresden falling under the demonic attacks, and I remember Dresden standing strong against them. Only my efforts turned out to be in vain in both cases. Oof. Warden Staunton of Dresden did not believe that I had come to the fortress gates to turn myself in. He would have killed me on the spot if not for the interference of Destin's priests. That's how I ended up in the dungeons. I don't even see it like any corruption on her. What is going on? No. There's Chief Soul. So no, stop asking me, Chief. Soul stands, slouching, and staring at. You have to look to land. Look at me. I'm old. What can I do? Shevish, and you? You know everything around here. Yes, you do. You're young and strong. You can lash a dozen years. You always said I'm not the one of you. How can I be chief now? I'm a loner by nature. Who's going to listen to me? Half the time, I don't even listen to me. Alright. It's a new time for neithers, land. You're young, and you know from the new time. They're confused up here under the sky, but they'll get used to it. I won't. I know nothing here. You know everything. Yeah, a decrepit old man can't command an army, and I need a commander, land. Land is silent for a long while, but then nods. If the crusade needs it, I'll give it a shot. But when the mongrels come running to you crying and demanding soul back, don't say I didn't warn you. Alright. I don't even remember. Hey, don't rush me into becoming chief. I meant that I'll give it a try, nothing more than that. And after a few days, I'll come for you, Commander, with a report. Just you wait. Okay. I need to get some sleep anyway. I'm fatigued. That's such a long run. It's so twisted. I straight up remember actually straight up executing Thought in vain. Oh, more Aeon stuff. The journey addressed in the past gives me time to think, and Aeon shares wisdom. Aeon stares back at you, and you feel a sense of calm. Dresden has not fallen and has been holding the line for 70 years, waiting for your arrival. But most importantly, the Sword of Valor remains undefiled, and the Great Betrayal has not been committed. Now the Spaniard flies above Dresden as a continuation of your power. You feel as if the world has returned to its true course, like a river that has finally swept away the dam of injustice. Only a true Aeon is allowed to change the past. This ability is gained through sound judgment and fair trials. But how can one avoid falling into pride upon receiving this divine power? True Aeon knows no pride. Soon, even the word itself will cease to have meaning to you. It is dangerous to deviate from the path of the Aeon, to succumb to temptation. If you are guided by your heart rather than your knowledge of law, you will be unable to change the past, no matter how hard you try. You will be as helpless as an ant trying to move a boulder. For now, however, you can rest from your labors. Justice and order in Dresden has been restored, and the sacred banner flies above his fortress. Everything as it should be. Okay. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Meeting Aurelio, meeting Minago, surely it would have been better to fight them in the past and thus save Galarian from so many troubles. But you know that taming the flow of time is as difficult as taming a tumultuous mountain river after a heavy rain. Only with strength, patience, and wisdom can the Aeon direct the course of time, going through against this flow to change the past. Alright. Anything else? Nope. Alright.
I'm trying to discover even the slightest flaw in you, Lady Camellia, but I cannot. Confess now, you must have one imperfection?
Just the one, but I take great pains to conceal it, Count. Perhaps we should take a walk together sometime, and I shall tell you about it. Away from listening ears.
I get the sense that Camilla's a murderer. Sure, I've expressed that before. Alright, well, shoot. Let's see what we still got. The Outcast, which apparently not enough time has passed for that. And I've got the Ivory Sanctum. And this middle game where I'm going to try to build up as much stats as I can. Alright. I think it seems like a good wrap point for the moment. I'm going to try just advancing some days and see how it spins out. So on the next episode, I will see you then.